Hi mamas, welcome back to Dawny Does Motherhood. If this is your first time watching my videos, this is actually a series and I just wanted to put it in bite-sized pieces for all of us busy mums that want to kind of consume this kind of content but don't necessarily want to spend an hour watching it. So do check out some of those other videos. In today's video, we are talking about the changes that come about after you have kids. So number one seems like an obvious one, which is obviously your social life. I feel like I was very social before I had children and not so much after, just because your time is now, you devote your time to your child, and your friends may or may not have children, and therefore you feel like you can't really do things outside of the home with your child and with your friends that don't have kids. If you're like me, I was into going out dancing and hanging out with my friends, maybe going to the stores or to the movies or whatever it may be, or going out for a drink. That sort of stuff is not so kid friendly. So it was hard to even think about doing things with your child and with your friends. Another thing that stops you from doing things is sometimes emotionally, you're just so overwhelmed that you don't have the headspace to do things with your friends, and you might just feel a bit conscious, socially awkward after not being out for so long. So just keep that in mind. Like, you're not odd, and you're definitely not alone in this. Our social life does change. One thing that I'm considering now is going to a mummy group, because I feel like it's gotten to the point where when I do go out, I feel like I haven't been out for a while. Therefore, I'm just a bit more conscious of, how I'm acting. Overly eager. I'm joking. No, honestly though, you do feel a little bit self-conscious. And I think really it's just because you're in an environment that you haven't been in a while. So just keep that in mind. For those of you who aren't socially awkward, or for those of you who aren't, your child hasn't disrupted your social life at all, let me know what it is that you're doing and how you go about actually balancing the two. Do you have somebody watching your children? And that's another thing. I don't as much as I love the people around me, I don't trust anybody with my babies. I don't know. It's just a thing. I don't trust my mom. I don't trust my family. I don't trust my partner's family. And it's not trust. It's not trust. That's not the right word. But I don't feel comfortable with other people watching my children. So it's so hard for me to ask for help. And for those of you who I have asked to take care of my kids, you are the very few. So that doesn't help my social life at all. Number two is your sex life. Your sex life changes because and I know you mamas know, you're just not that into it anymore. You're exhausted. You don't have time. Your mental state is just not, you don't feel maybe sexy anymore. You don't feel like you're ready, or, physically ready anymore. Or you just, those are the kind of things that I feel like anyway. So let me know if you guys have experienced that. And I know a lot of you mums have, already, the mums that have experienced children and more than one child especially. You just do so much in your day, and when it comes to the end of the day, you're like, I've just got nothing to give. I'm done. I just want to sleep. Your sex life definitely does change, and I think one thing that will help is if your partner is accommodating to that. So, if they do extra work and take care of the house or whatever for that day, and then be like, this is the day when you kind of get to relax and, you get taken care of and kind of thing. And I'm still trying to convince my partner that that's the way to go. No, but honestly, let me know if you guys can relate. You just feel tired and you feel exhausted. And then you also feel awkward because you have children now and they might hear you, so sex life definitely changes. And yeah, you and your partner just have to work on how to make things comfortable for you both, but especially for you as the mum, to where you feel like you're you're happy with it. You're ready to do it. You're on the ball. Third of all is your self-esteem. Your self-esteem, that's an important one, because your confidence level, because of so many changes after you have a child, you just kind of feel different about yourself. And I know from experience, like before I had a child, I was so confident. Like I was confident in almost most aspects of my life. I would say I was a confident person. And I never really had a problem like talking to people. And now I just talk to cameras. I'm not joking. No, honestly, like I felt comfortable talking to people, interacting, going out. I was definitely more bubbly. And after you have a child, you're kind of like into your, you kind of get into your zone. You're less kind of social in that sense, but then you also are a bit more insecure due to so many like hormonal changes, not kind of having control of your body for so long, that when you do finally have control of your body, you're just like, oh my goodness, like where do I begin? Like, am I even good at this? Or do you know what I mean? You just kind of second guess yourself. And the best way to deal with that is just to go for it. So if you're going out, just go out. Like, don't back out last minute because you feel insecure about what you're wearing or how you look, and you may think that people are talking about you. Like, who cares? Like, do it because you need to do it. You know what I mean? You need to get to that place, that mindset where you feel confident. And the only way to do that is to push past the insecurity. The next one is your body changes. When it comes to bodily changes and insecurities, it's something that I struggle with right now. It's a tough one. And I really just think it's because we have this idea that we are meant to snap back into shape, and like everybody's talking about snap back. No. For you to think like that is going to do you more harm, because you've just had this amazing child. Your body's done some amazing things, you know what I mean? So allow yourself to congratulate yourself, to love on yourself no matter what, the scars, the skin, the flab, whatever it may be. Like, it's beautiful because it gave you a beautiful child. Even now, like, I'm not quite confident enough to show you guys, but like my body hasn't snapped back. And after I had my first child, I had lost a lot of weight. And so I was back into, if anything, I was actually slimmer than my pre-baby weight, but I got my confidence back after having my first child. So I was, wearing these tight jeans, and like I looked good, I felt good. And then after I had my twins, this time around, of course, I'm a bit more insecure just because I have more loose skin, more marks, and I must say it's something that I'm working through right now. However, I know that, my beauty is way more than skin deep. It's so important to know that you are beautiful despite your exterior. It really is about who you are as a person and how you treat others, how you treat yourself, and all that good stuff. So it's not something that I feel makes me less of a person, but it's just something that is still such a drastic difference. So my mind has to kind of get used to it and accept it. But that's something that I've had to adjust to. So it's something that you will also have to find your confidence back, and through that adjustment, your self-esteem, and just love on your body as it is now in its current state. And of course, with the stretch marks and all that stuff, it fades. So it's never going to be as drastic looking as it was when you were pregnant or just after you were pregnant. So, if you are a new mom, don't worry, it'll fade. I'll probably get to the point where I'm able to show my stomach again, and I may show you guys, but for right now, it's still something I'm working on personally, just trying to get myself loving myself again. I'm not quite at that bikini phase just yet, but I mean, 100%, I love women that have the confidence to just allow themselves to be and to be open about it. That for me is just amazing and beautiful, and something that I 100% want to get to. So I will let you know when I'm there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you continue to watch the Motherhood series. For those of you who are mothers to be, congratulations. And for us mothers out there, you're loved and supported. And this right here is a community for us all just to really share our experiences, our struggles, our ups and downs, and all that good stuff. So leave your comments below, any sort of tips and other things that you feel like I should make a video about. Definitely leave that in the bottom, and I will see if I can add it to this series. But otherwise, have a wonderful day, and I shall see you another time. Bye.